Hello everyone, this is Varsha and I once again welcome you all to our today's series brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. So it's a new year and a new beginning for every one of us. So in this new beginning today, we have one more prominent guest and he is none other than Dr. Aditya Banerjee, who is the founder and CEO of Cosmo World. But before entering into the conversation with him, let's quickly have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Dr. Banerjee, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Varsha. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all ours. So before we actually start the conversation, we would like to know more about you, as in who you are and what you do.
So, I'm a small town guy. I started off my journey as a young graduate from Banaras Hindu University. I'm a Kashi boy, as they call me. In my friends, they call me Kashi boy. So from there, it was quite a journey, living in a small city, and from there moving into different aspects of life. I did my graduation from there, then moved to Delhi, did my masters, then did doctorate, and during this entire course, it was a very interesting and enriching journey. It has been about 12 years now that I've been in the corporate sector. I was very, very fortunate to be personally mentored by Honorable Sara Shiji, Mr. Subhata Roy Sara, and it was a great, fortune to be his prodigy, working under him and understanding businesses through his lens. Moving ahead, then from businesses like agriculture to technology, and now EV is what has come to my plate. So trying to create a brand out of this. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So, Dr. Banerjee, how did you actually land up to the idea of getting into this business, and also what sort of challenges you have faced while moving ahead in your journey at Cosmo World?
So see, 2 years back, we got this idea of starting a venture in electric vehicles. We could see that pollution is becoming a alarming issue in all over the world, and just to do our own bit to contribute as we can, we thought that why not pick up this cause and enter into a project which is a green project. So from there we started off. The initial idea was to make and sell vehicles, but then we thought that limits our scope to the product part of it. So instead we decided that we would rather expand our scope and become a green company. So instead of just producing vehicles, we'll promote the entire ecosystem. So for that, first of all, it took us about 6-8 months to understand the market as to where the market stands, and we could see various products which were there in the market but was not reaching to the right kind of population. And also there were these people who were in need of a good product, and they could not access the market. So we thought, okay, let us first be a facilitating platform for the ecosystem. And when I say ecosystem, it comprises of from the manufacturers to the distribution network to the service network to the customers, everything. So we thought that why not become this platform which can integrate all of them together, so that it can help in actually deploying this entire idea of building an EV ecosystem and infrastructure. For the last 2 years, we have been trying to do so. Initially, we were just selling products with different brand names by co-branding them. Then phase 2 came, and we decided to do our own exclusive products with them. Now we are pretty proud to say that we'll be entering into our own manufacturing very, very soon, wherein the same OEMs are going to be providing us with our own products now.
Okay, so Dr. Banerjee, it's like, 2020 has been a year of great ups and downs for almost every one of us. So what plans do you have for 2021? And like, are you planning to revisit your expansion strategy and products that are being, discussed or decided by your product management team?
So 2020 was actually a great learning year for all of us. And then I believe, all of us can say that nobody thought that the entire world is going to come to a halt for, for such a long time. But I have always believed, and, my team also believes in the same, that every chaos, every crisis brings in a new opportunity. With this 2020 crisis of COVID, what happened, suddenly people become more aware about the fact that why is it important to breathe clean air, and why is it important to reduce pollution, air pollution especially. On the offset of it, because of the entire COVID thing hitting onto the market, they, general public, they started avoiding public transport, which obviously gave a lot of impetus to us, because now they wanted to own vehicles. For IC engine vehicles, the problem was, number one, the maintenance cost is really high. Number two, oil prices are going up. So the overall owning cost of an IC vehicle is much more higher than an electric vehicle. So we see great things happening in this sector in the times to come. There's going to be a lot of innovation in terms of product, in terms of battery, in terms of charging stations, infrastructure, and we are going to be a part of all of that. So we are tying up with all of the major battery manufacturers, charging station manufacturers, charger manufacturers. We are also tying up with a lot of research firms outside of India who are doing a lot of research on the new kind of batteries that can be used, which can be more efficient, and let's see, a lot of government framework, policy making and all of that is required. A lot of standardization is required. And 2021 is definitely going to be a very, very good year for the entire industry, I believe, especially EV, because the sales have picked up recently, and it is going really well. And people are aware now. The only thing is to provide good vehicles at a good price with a good service facility. So servicing is one part which is missing. That is why we have been focusing a lot on our entire service network development. And we'll be covering the entire spectrum of EV. So from e-mobility space to manufacturing of different parts to manufacturing an entire vehicle to charging, we'll be covering all of that. So let's see what 2021 has in store for us.
Absolutely. So further, I would like to ask, like, what successful steps are being taken by you as an entrepreneur to, to better the after effects of COVID-19?
Better the after effects of COVID-19. See, first successful step is, propagating this idea of selling, buying, and expanding the entire EV market so that we can, reduce carbon footprint, which is very, very important, and reduce the pollution levels. So that is one. Second is, if you talk about COVID has brought in a lot of pluses and minuses. Pluses in terms of, like I said, people have become more aware about the benefits of breathing fresh air, good air. So they are aware now that it's important to reduce pollution. So there's a lot of cooperation from the market itself. And as a team, I think we have grown much stronger, because any crisis brings a family together. So our team has become much well equipped now. We are in a much better state of mind. We are in a much better planning stage. So all in all, if I see, if I I sum it up in one sentence, I think we are much well equipped now to handle the entire business because of the entire COVID experience that we had.
Right. So now 2020 has, made us all realize the importance of Atmanirbharta. So, what are your thoughts on being Atmanirbhar? And also, if you could, tell us about how is your organization working towards this campaign?
Brilliant thought. And I was actually about to speak about it, that any business, it can only grow if your business is placed in the market in such a way that more and more individuals are benefiting out of it, especially the class which needs a regular income. We are taking a lot of steps in terms of getting into the logistics market, getting into the three-wheeler segment, wherein there's a huge population which has moved from the major cities to smaller towns, and because we are our main presence is in smaller towns, we see a lot of opportunity there now, because these people are searching for opportunities to earn bread, earn money, and we'll be definitely doing something or other with them. There's a huge opportunity coming up in the logistics segment. See, smaller cities, people living in smaller cities have now understood the power of e-commerce. E-commerce has been growing like anything, and the more it grows, there are going to be more opportunities in terms of logistics, last mile delivery. And EV is a very, very effective way, economic and effective both way of managing last mile delivery. So we plan to expand our scale and make a lot of people join us in our network in terms of logistics partners, delivery partners who can, and obviously it's going to generate a lot of employment as well. So there has to be some value which you are transferring to the society when you are growing as a business. So our entire mantra of business was, value cannot exist in singularity. You have to transfer value to every individual or every aspect of business which is involved in growing, in growth of that ecosystem. So there has to be some value which has to be passed on to the customer in terms of service, product quality, pricing. There has to be a value which has to be passed on to your distribution network in terms of varieties, in terms of pricing, in terms of latest technology. There has to be a value proposition for your OEMs, wherein you help them grow their business by expanding their market so that they can focus more on the production and bettering their quality of production. There has to be a value proposition for the commercial segment, the rickshaw drivers, the loader drivers, all of these guys, wherein they can make much more money by spending less. So instead of if they opt EV instead of a commercial three-wheeler, they're going to save a lot of cost in terms of oil, and they can earn much more. But we need to provide them with the kind of infrastructure which is required to grow it. So our entire focus is to transfer this value. So by 2021, we want to become an integrated EV company with a green vision. That is the idea.
Okay. So Dr. Banerjee, it's like, I know that it's always a very proud movement when we get recognized for the work we are doing. But still, I would love to know about your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award. I mean, what were your reactions when you actually got the news that you have been selected as a winner for Indian Achievers Award?
First of all, I think we have done, we have taken a very small step as on date, and we are nowhere in terms of where we really want to be, so we have a long way to go. But it's always a good motivation, when you see that whatever you're doing in the market, people are recognizing it. They are somewhere the industry is recognizing you and your team and your brand, that they are trying to make a difference. It besides everything else, it gives a lot of motivation, not only to me, but to the entire team, that we are on the right path, we are doing something good. And I would really like to thank Indian Achievers Award for choosing us and recognizing us for whatever little we could contribute till now. And it's our promise that in times to come, we'll definitely make you feel proud.
And I once again would like to congratulate you on your achievement, Dr. Banerjee. Okay, so moving ahead, last but not the least, what message or mantra you would like to give to our today's generation, who wish to be a successful entrepreneur someday?
So I believe in the mantra of paradox, humor, and change. So you got to learn within the paradox. So whatever you're going to plan is not going to work out. So always have a plan B, C, D, E, F. You can go on. Never believe that your first plan is going to work. If it works, you're the luckiest guy. But never get disheartened if it doesn't work. So that is where humor comes into the picture. You just need to laugh it out loud and say, okay, maybe another one. Maybe we need to do this now. Maybe we need to. So you got to be very, very flexible. And change, adaptability is very, very important if you want to succeed. I cannot explain it more. The entire COVID scenario has taught us how important it is to adapt quickly to the changing scenario. If you cannot adapt quickly, and if you're too headstrong as to, okay, this was my strategy, this was my vision, this was my milestone, this is how I'm going to do it, even if when you know that it is not working out as you planned because the entire scenario has changed, the situation has changed, you won't survive. So paradox, humor, and change. That's my message to the young generation.
Lovely. Okay, so thank you so very much for joining us today. It was pleasure talking to you, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and may you continue to inspire us the way you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Varsha. Thank you, and my appreciations to India Achievers Award for recognizing people like us and helping us grow better. Thank you. Thanks a lot.